Do you know what it really costs to purchase a home? What's going on, y'all? Chris Mathern here with Pennant Real Estate. And what I want to go over with you guys today is all the different costs that you'll incur during your home buying process. And hopefully by the end of this video, you have a much better idea of what your budget will look like. Now, I do want to say that all these numbers are an average range of what we normally see out there and could differ depending on your circumstances and the home that you're purchasing. So I think the best way to do this is just to start from the beginning. You've been searching endlessly for the perfect home. You finally see one you think you like, you set up a showing, you go see it and you absolutely love it, you have to have it, you put in an offer, and the agent informs you that there are multiple offers on the table that you're competing against. But you've done one thing differently that sets you apart from all the other offers out there. You've chosen me as your realtor. We sat down and put together the perfect offer. I set you on the path to success and we win. So what is the first cost that you incur? The first cost is going to be your deposit. Now, I was a little hesitant to add the deposit in here because it typically is something you get back at closing, but because it comes out of your account and goes into escrow, I thought I'd include it. So just keep in mind at the end, you may have to subtract this number back off. But the deposit typically will range somewhere between $500 to $1,000, usually depending on the sales price of the house. The higher the sales price is, usually the higher the deposit. The next cost is going to be your inspections. Now, there are two main inspections that I always recommend. First being your home inspection. The home inspection typically ranges from $300 to $500. A guy I like to use a lot starts at $325 for 1,500 square feet or less, and then he goes up $50 for every 500 square feet from there. Now, this price can differ depending on your home. For instance, if your home's not on a traditional concrete slab and it's raised off the ground, if maybe you want to get a pool inspected, maybe you have a pool house or an additional dwelling, maybe you have multiple AC units that need inspecting. All these different things can add to the cost of the inspection, but on average, it's somewhere between that $300 and $500 price range. And the second inspection is your termite inspection or your WDIR, your wood destroying insect report. This inspection is typically $50 to $100 depending on the company you use. From there, we move on to the appraisal. The appraisal is normally about $500 to $600. After that, you have your two larger costs. First being your closing costs. Now, your closing costs are your loan processing fees. For a general explanation of it, there's a lot that goes into that, but that'll be for another video. Now, this cost is usually about maybe you could go a little higher to 3.2% of your sales price. So if you're looking at a $300,000 home, you're looking at about $9,000 in closing costs. After that, you have your down payment. This payment will differ depending on the loan you're getting. It could be 20%, 15%, 5%, could be higher than that for your most conventional loans. Could be 3.5% if you're going FHA, maybe 0% down if you're going RD. This is something that you know and that you and your lender will kind of decide. If you want help, you can definitely call me and we can sit down and go into all the different loan types. That way we can get you set up on the best path to what you should do. Now, just quick recap of everything. You have $500 to $1,000 for a deposit. That you typically get back, so remember you may have to subtract that at the end. Next, you have your inspections, $300 to $500 for your home inspection. Could be a little more depending on the circumstances, and $50 to $100 for your termite inspection or your WDIR. Next is your appraisal. Appraisal is somewhere between $500 to $600. And then you go on to closing costs, which is around 3%, could be slightly more, 3.1, 3.2% for a good estimation of where you are gonna be. And then from there, you have your down payment that you have chosen to go with. Like always, guys, if you have any questions at all, feel free to give me a call, 225-206-7438, or you can contact me here on Instagram, Facebook, wherever you're watching this video, and I'd be happy to help.